Hello, guys. Welcome to Saturday School. It's your girl, Steph Perez. Say hello as you are popping on. The title for today is How to Earn Your First $100,000 online, and we are going to walk through this step by step. So on Thursday, for Thursday Night Conversations, we talked about the what of this digital marketing course and this incredible learn and earn opportunity. And we talked about how literally once you know the information that's in this course, that's in this entire program, that there's no reason to ever contemplate being broke again, because we know skills pay the bills. And we know that as it pertains to this digital marketing course, you're being set up to develop high income digital marketing skills, like very high level and high income digital marketing skills, right? And you also are being equipped with the knowledge, right, on what to do with those skills. Today, what we're going to focus on is the step-by-step plan for how you turn your knowledge, you turn your skill base, you turn what you're going to get access to in the course, right? How do you actually turn that into a business for yourself? How do you actually start earning? You know, it occurred to me as I was getting ready to go live is most people online, and this is not a knock, it's not a diss, but I wouldn't show up sharing the kind of messages that I do if this were not the truth. Most people that come online, they don't know what it takes, first off, right, to really make a go of this and to set themselves up for success. I believe anyone can invest into courses and programs and buy digital products. However, most people don't truly understand what it takes to be successful, and most people don't know what to really do. Oftentimes it's sitting right underneath their noses, right? But they still don't know what to do. All right, I want to give you guys like a huge credit today. All right, because believe it or not, you are smarter and you're likely more intuitive than you're giving yourself credit for. Because here's the thing, there literally are no secrets. All right, as you look around on the internet, whether your platform is YouTube, whether you do a lot of hanging out on Instagram, or you love watching TikToks, or you spend a lot of time on Facebook, or you constantly get notifications from Pinterest, on every single one of these platforms, there are examples of people that are using those platforms, right, to provide a lifestyle for themselves. On every single one of these platforms, even including Google, when you go to Google and you look for dinner recipes, or you're searching for something, the websites, the blogs, right, that pop up, guess what? Those are real people just like you and I who have set up something on the internet that's allowing them to generate income. So please understand, almost every piece of content that you're consuming online, someone was intentional about creating and setting up. And the likelihood is someone is earning some kind of money because of that piece of content. Y'all, like, I really believe I've empowered you with enough just with that today. Right? Like, someone should be out there kind of mind blown right now, right? To realize that as a consumer or as someone that's consuming information, you are playing a role in someone else's business, right? Somehow, some way, someone is or either learning or earning or leveraging the fact that you're consuming their content. You guys, that should be so reassuring to you to know that there really are no secrets. Okay, the secret or the gag in all of this is that most people just are not responsible to set up a plan for themselves to follow, right? They won't set it up and they will not follow it. That's where most people go wrong. And that's exactly why I show up every single week, right? Multiple times throughout the week, why I send emails to my list, right? Is because I want people to understand what it takes. And I want to be that repetitive voice that keeps reminding you the game doesn't change. Chess is chess, right? Chess is chess, right? Anything, right, that you could learn how to do, it's always just the thing. If you became skillful to change oil, right, and you were working down at, an oil change shop, or you were changing oil, right, from the comfort of your own garage, am I correct? The steps are still the steps, right? Changing oil is changing oil, all right? Those that end up making money by knowing how to change oil, right, are those that actually do it. right? Those that actually are either housed someplace or they're attracting people to their establishment, right? And they're getting customers coming in. You guys, not only are people on every single one of these platforms, right, providing a lifestyle for themselves, making money, running profitable businesses, but the people, their customers, are already out there. So just like you, every advantage I'm sharing right now, right, it's not an advantage you've got to work hard to have. You have it. You have the advantage of YouTube being a free platform, of Instagram being a free platform, of TikTok being a free platform, of Facebook being a free platform, right? Of learning how to leverage search engine optimization to be discovered on Google, right? All of these platforms are free. So the advantages that I have that allow me to build a lifestyle and earn a lifestyle leveraging YouTube is the exact same advantage each and every one of you guys have. And the same pool of people, the same billions of people, right, that I am hoping that my content gets exposed to, guess what? Same pool of people, right, that you have the potential to tap into as well. So it's not that it's hard. It's not that it's a secret. And I want to keep saying that it's hard, because for anyone that's making excuses for why you have it, why you can't, why you don't, it's not hard. Someone needs to write that down on their notebook today. It is not hard. We make it hard. All right? We make it hard. Because as long as there's working examples every single day of people that are out there doing the thing, doing the video, going live, creating posts, creating reels, right? Creating carousels, creating stories, right? Pinning on Pinterest, right? Doing the TikToks. As long as there are people every single day proving that it can be done and results can be had by doing it, right? We have to get to a place where we realize it's not hard. I don't believe there are that many people out there doing hard stuff, right, to provide a lifestyle. I believe there are just some people where they've just realized the work is the work. This is what is required to get what it is that I want. And we, right, because that's the boat I put myself in, we just simply decide to do it every single day, right? Regardless. That word right there, regardless. So are we coming in hot today on Saturday, y'all? Or are we coming in hot? Because if you're going to fix your mind, right, that you want to go from 0 to 6 figures, right, it's going to take you thinking about this differently than you've ever thought about it before. And an old thought that I used to share with a lot of my coaching clients is the fact of, I want to focus on $100,000 and not just your first 1,000 or your first 10,000. And the reason being is because anytime you tell yourself, right, like I want to make my first $1,000, first off, okay, most people, I'm just going to make the assumption that every single one of you out there, you've earned $1,000 in a month, right? I don't care whether it's on the job or whatever. The capacity, right, and knowing that it's not a lot of money. I've seen it in my bank account before. I've earned it within a month, right? Some of y'all have earned it within 2 weeks. Some of y'all have earned it within a week, right? Some of you guys have been able to amass $1,000 maybe in a day or two. Maybe some of you guys have opened up a birthday gift or a Christmas gift, right? Or a card that had $1,000 in it. So what happens in business, okay, I'm going deep here because I want to talk to those that are really, really ready. Because it's those that are really, really ready that will receive what I'm sharing, right? And it will have the ability to change the way you do things. Because if you change the way you do things, right, you have an opportunity to change your life. All right. It's not just about wanting to change our lives. We have to change the way that we do things. So anytime we think small, like if I could just earn my first $1,000, what your mind is basically thinking, right? It's natural. $1,000 is not a lot of money. Therefore, right, because you're accustomed to working and earning, you say $1,000 is not a whole lot of money. So what I've got to do is not a whole lot of anything. You guys, I'm going to set you free today. All right. $1,000 is not a lot of money. I've earned it before. I've seen it before. I've touched it before. I've spent it before, all the things, right? Therefore, you know what I got to do right online is not going to be a whole lot. And so you instantly minimize what you believe it takes to earn $1,000, which is why so many people struggle. All right. Most people just don't do enough because they think it takes less than it actually takes. All right. What I love about thinking bigger, and bigger for you might be more than 100,000. I know when I first came into this strategy, right, like this way of thinking, I don't claim ownership. I got this from someone that mentored me many years ago. It made so much sense to me because when I came online, I had never earned $100,000 in a year. Right. I had never had $100,000 in my possession. Right. I might have earned it through, over years of working clearly. Right. But for me, the idea of earning it within a year was a really, really big feat. It was a big idea. It was definitely a goal. Right. And so when you set your mind on something bigger than maybe you've ever achieved before, right, instantly you're not thinking, oh, all I got to do. In your mind, you're thinking grandiose. You're thinking big. Right. And what happens is you start to require more of yourself. You start to set bigger expectations in your mind. Oh my gosh, it's going to take so much. Like in your mind, right? If you're thinking $100,000, you're thinking, well, yeah, like I've got to do this daily, or I've got to. It's a very different mindset, right? So honestly, you end up giving more to your business. You require more of yourself. Your expectations are bigger, right? And here's the thing. When I first came online, I'm going to use me as a real example how this affected me when I first was put in the know of this whole idea. It made so much sense because when I came online, I remember it dawned on me one day, oh, all I got to do is earn like $150 a day and I replace my nursing income, right? And that didn't seem like a lot of money. So I didn't have to really become a different person. I was able to get to that point by just simply doing. Like I didn't have to expand my mindset. I didn't have to, become a different person. I didn't have to work too hard. I just had to apply a little bit of math, right? $1,000 per sale, 100 people, $100,000. And all I got to do is just show up and do videos, right? And it was easy. All right. And that was me with my first $100,000 year, right? So when you first get started in all of this, if you set your expectations low, you likely are going to really struggle to experience your first $1,000, your first $10,000, because in your mind, you think it shouldn't take all that. And then what happens when you finally work your booty off, right? Because you're not doing everything properly anyways, your strategy's all wonky. And then you finally do earn your first $10,000 and you realize, wow, I probably could have did it easier. It probably could have happened, in an easier fashion. Right now, you're at a point where you've got to rethink things. All right. Because leveling up in business is not just about doing more of what you were already doing. Right. A level of it is expansion. Right. It's actually thinking bigger. Again, setting yourself up to play chess and not checkers, knowing what the end game is and starting to play for the end game and not playing for the step just in front of you. Right? So many people are playing just for the step in front of them. They're not playing for the end game. When you play for the end game, you instantly go into it, or should I say automatically go into it with the more expanded mindset, because your end game is likely something you've never experienced, right? Maybe like this whole industry and you deciding to do this is the thing that really opened your mind, right, to thinking bigger. So being that you're focused on the end game, your expectations are set differently. So now everything that you go through and do, right, you look at it under a different lens. You don't look at it simply as I have to do this thing. You look at it as, right, I'm becoming a different person. And what I can tell you about this year, you guys, I've been 17 years in business. I replaced my nursing income many, many years ago. All right. Had my first 6-figure year many, many years ago. All right. I wish I could tell you the expectation is that since I've been online for 17 years that I should have a gazillion dollars in the bank. But y'all, it's still just business. There's still a lot of learning, a lot of figuring out. The biggest thing that I can tell you about this year of my growth is that I just decided to be a different person in my business. I decided to look at things differently. I decided to navigate this thing differently. I decided to play chess and not play checkers, right? I decided to show up on days I didn't want to show up, right? I decided to go live on days I didn't feel like going live, right? I shot the video even though I didn't feel the best about the video, right? I mustered up the emails and I mustered up the posts even when I wasn't in my most inspiring states. I went into it with a different mindset because I realized, right, the $1 million business that I want, I can't bring the same janky person, right, that was barely earning six figures all these years, right? I couldn't bring that same person. And so by desiring more for myself and setting higher benchmarks, it meant that I had to bring, right, a higher level person into my business. You don't become a higher level person when you start earning more. You have to become that and think that now before there's even any evidence, right, that it's there for you. Y'all, that's why so many people struggle, is because they're expecting to do very, very little because it's the internet and it's magical and all these individual things. And they never think they themselves have to become better or that they themselves have to become bigger, right? They just expect it to be easy, right? You guys know in all of my messages, right, we always dive a little bit deep when it comes to our mind, because if you're here for the, 15th, 11th time, right, you've been here like over and over and over again, and you still haven't progressed, it's not the steps. It's not hearing something you haven't heard before. It's deciding to be a different person, to hear it with different ears, to see it with different eyes, right? So that you can get something different out of it this time, right? And finally start to do something with it. There's hardly going to be anything that you purchase or that you consume where you're going to be like, oh my gosh, no one's ever said that before. But it's like they always say, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. And gosh darn it, I will keep saying it and saying it and saying it, right? Until the student in you is ready for the teacher in me, right? For you to begin hearing it. I will keep saying it and saying it and saying it. I will not deviate from what I know works if you will just simply work it. If that means that you've got to become a different person, I'm praying that at some point you do become that different person that's ready to be responsible for the growth that you say you want in your business. All right. And yes, and I believe this is the kind of conversation whether you just had the idea that you wanted to start earning online, or whether you've been rocking with me for a whole year and you've done nothing and you're finally ready to do something. The conversation's good no matter where you are on your journey. Because this is the kind of stuff I wish someone would have spoken into me when I was first getting started. So even though I was a go-getter and I did go out and I made sales and I made money immediately, I would have set a bigger vision for myself right out the gate so that I could have stepped into all of my doing as a bigger person with a different level of understanding. And I would have set my business up to begin playing chess with the end goal in mind, versus thinking that I was, on a journey of stair stepping. Honestly, how many of y'all look at this as a stair step? You're like, yay me, I took the first step, right? Yay me. And I'm not saying that's bad, but at some point we have to still know the end game. We have to know that we're playing for something bigger. All right. Hello, Arnice. Hello, Victory Glow. Hello, Birdie Bird. Hello, Hillary. Hello, Megan. Hello, Beam. Hello, Style from Within Ministries. Hello, guys. Are we ready for Saturday school or what? Are we ready for Saturday school or what? Who's ready, right, for the blueprint to go from where you are right now to your first $100,000? That could be within a year. You can say, Steph, I know that we have September, October, November, December. We have 4 months ahead of us. Like, lay out the game plan and let me figure out, right, how to go get my $100,000 by the end of the year. It's entirely up to you. It's entirely up to you, right? But I'm going to break down step by step how you take the information that you're learning in this course and how you begin applying it so that you can begin getting your share. You can begin making money for yourself. All right, you guys, it's all in the steps. It's all in the doing. All right. At the top of your paper, please write down, it's the power of application. All right. The power of application. What we represent here, what I represent whenever I show up, right? The fact that we have the opportunity to learn, we have the opportunity to take action, right? And we have the opportunity to earn. And each and every one of those things is available to each and every one of us. All right. Sure. We all have we're coming into this with different backgrounds, different variables, we're different plots in life, all of those things. But every single one of us, we have the gift of opportunity, right? Each and every one of us have the power to take action. right? And the earning potential is out there for each and every one of us. Because whether you need 100 customers in between now and the end of the year to hit your income goal, right? Or whether I need 500 by the end of the year to hit my income goal. Y'all, the good news is my 500 customers are already out there, and so are your 100 customers. Someone needs to write that down, because if anything, that will be the thing that will have you taking the steps necessary, whether you're at step number 1 or whether you're somewhere down below, right? And you've just stalled out and you need to start doing the meaningful things. But how silly, right, should we feel knowing that our customers are already out there? You guys, so my schedule looks like this for my business. I upload a video every Monday. I go live on Thursdays, I go live on Saturdays, and I upload posts in my community on YouTube every day. And I send an email to my email list every day. So every single person on my marketing list receives at least one email every single day. Some receive multiple depending upon where they are in my campaign. All right. The reason those things are so important is, again, I'm going to talk to you guys from a very, very deep level, because I need you to really understand why the steps we're going to break down are so important, and why you're doing and your responsibility of doing is so important. I don't know how many live streams, right, that I've done where I got off of them, right, and I end up earning $1,000 or $2,000 or $3,000. Right? I've had some weekends where I've earned $5,000, right? Because again, it was just that time, that live stream connected with the right people. Do you know why that's possible? Is because no matter what things look like for me, no matter how I'm feeling for any given reason, right? These are the things I do in my business only because I know my customers are already out there. If I don't do these things, I don't show up for them, and it's impossible for my customers to know I'm a thing. So if you're out there as a customer of mine, just know that you only became aware of me, that you were only blessed with the opportunity to buy this amazing course, because long before I knew you as an individual person, I knew you were out there. I knew you were one of my 500 customers, and I showed up and I did, right? Because I knew you were out there. Y'all, that's, again, we could leave just with that. So do you see how, like, already that's a difference between those that are earning and those that are struggling? Because I have to believe that those that are struggling to do the thing, whether you're struggling to invest in any of these steps we're going to go through, the reason you struggle is because you don't believe your customers are already out there. If you wanted to invest into a McDonald's franchise, all right, and let's say that you knew getting the money, right, was just maybe asking the right people. That's all it was, right? Like one way or another, whether it was asking for a loan, asking, 10 family members for $100,000 each, whatever. And you knew the business of McDonald's, meaning like, you're like, wait a second, like for every time someone launches a McDonald's franchise, like they're guaranteed 6 figures a year. Like you're like, I'm walking into an instant money pit because people are going to come to the store because it's McDonald's. You go into that business every single phase with a level of certainty, right? Because you know the customers are there. So when someone can't take the steps that I'm outlining today, it's important that, and if you're one of those people, one reason or another, it's so important for you to recognize the biggest thing that's holding you back is not lack of money. It's not lack of time. It's not life circumstances, right? It's not even fear. Because if you think that I never have fear, right? Or I never have life circumstances, or that I never had to ask uncomfortable favors for money to do things throughout my years, you'd be very, very deceived. But the reason why I've been willing to do every single thing is because I knew that my success was certain. I knew that people were out there. I just had to learn how to do the things. And in some instances, I just had to learn how to position myself. So if you struggle or have been struggling with any of these steps, it's so important for you to recognize the reason you struggle is that you don't believe, right? That your customers, your buyers for whatever you want to sell are already out there, right? You don't believe that if you fully engage, that you're going to make sales. You don't believe, right? And the only reason you don't believe is because you don't believe that people are there. If every single day you woke up and you're like, my 100 customers are already out there, my 500 customers are already out there, and the thing that's separating us, right, and them from buying from me is me getting out there and creating, right, the reel, the Pinterest pin, the YouTube video, the live stream, sending them yet another email. If you knew that was the difference maker, right, how much more strategically would you show up? It's not about how much more would you do, how much more strategically. Would you really let any sum of money stop you from getting positioned to go get the customers that are already out there that would buy from you? Would you let anything stop you if you knew success was certain? And all I can tell you is if you can approach all of this from the level of success is certain and it's just waiting for me to do my part, your business can change. Mic drop right there. If you knew success was certain and the only thing, right, that's missing in the equation is you showing up to do your thing, right, then let's just show up and do our thing, because the answer to the equation is already there. Certainty. Certainty. And like I've said so many times as I've broken down these steps before, oftentimes the only common denominator that people can argue about, like, but it hasn't worked for me, is out of everything you can say, I was hanging around for a year. I was watching your lives for a year, right? I was logging in and learning, but with any kind of audit, right? I would be able to say, yes, but this has been the difference. So like, as we go through the steps, if you really buy into these steps, and in your mind, you're like, outside of me living with Steph and like really, really knowing what it is that she does, you believing that I do these things and these are the steps that have led me to success, why would you prevent yourself from doing them? Y'all, that was such the play when I got started. That's how I had so much success early on. It's because I just believed if I did what I saw the other successful guys out there doing, that it would work for me too. I didn't try to make it harder. I just simply did what I saw them doing. I didn't know if they had any advantages over me. Like, I didn't know. I just simply did what I saw them doing. And that's how I made my first sale on day number 3 and 28 sales in my first 30 days. I truly believe it has so much to do with all the success that I've had online. All right. So number 1, you guys, step number 1, you got to decide that this is what you want. Decision is so important. So you have to buy into the idea that, yes, I want to earn my first $100,000 in my own digital business, selling this thing. And we're going to walk through all of this. But you got to have, right? You have to have a decision. You have to make a decision. All right? You have to decide this is what you want, period. All right? Everything that's happening to me in my business right now is because I decided it, oh my gosh, like last year at this time, pretty much. Right? Everything happening right now is because between August, September, October, like the end months of 2023, I really began to decide what it is that I wanted. So nothing that's happening to me is like, oh, wow, like, isn't that amazing? No, I set all of these things in motion. From buying a car cash, to having all my bills paid, to being able to stack cash, to paying off debt, all of it. It was already an idea. It was already a thought. It was already a possibility for me last year. I just needed to put action behind it. Right? So you have to decide, right, what it is that you want and to know that that is what you're building towards every single day. All right? And then as you don't do these things, that literally you're minusing points. You're taking yourself further away from, there is no staying the same. If time is progressing and we do nothing, we're not staying the same. We're going backwards. So you've got to know that every single day you are doing things to make progress, to move yourself forward. Okay, y'all, is this too deep? Steph, we just want the steps. And I've said the steps over and over and over again. And yet there's still something, right? And yet there's still something that's holding so many people back. And I know because that was me for so many years. And it wasn't until I got really solid around a lot of this extra stuff that I talk about where the steps really began to be easy breezy, right? Where the steps just began to be easy breezy, all right? Number 2, face facts. You don't know what you don't know. I think that's one of the biggest issues with online is that people think because the internet is free and all this stuff is free that you can just come online and again, just kind of throw stuff against the wall. Or that I shouldn't have to invest $500 to learn these digital marketing skills. I shouldn't have to buy this. I shouldn't have to pay to learn something. I don't know where else you go in life and want to become something other than what you are right now and there's not a cost. I don't know where we go anywhere and ride for free and get benefits for free. I just don't know. So to think that we can come online and have the I know it all mindset, I know it all mentality, I invested, $1,000 or $5,000 or $10,000 last year. If something's still not working for you, right, we have to face facts that we don't know what we don't know. I had been in this game for 15 years when I purchased this course. I had already earned hundreds of thousands of dollars online before I purchased this course. But I purchased it, first off, because I was looking for a really great opportunity, right, that I could sell and that I believed in. But then when I stopped making this about other people and I actually started plugging into the course, I realized how much this was my life best. And this very course, again, is the reason why I shared this point with you. I didn't know what I didn't know. I didn't know that in some areas where I was in a comfort zone, I didn't know that I myself had the I know it all mentality, that I was riding and putting too much weight and levity on how long I had been here versus how long I've been doing everything right. I just got goosebumps and that's just a mic drop. So let's face facts. I don't care how long you've been on the struggle bus. It doesn't mean you have to continue on the struggle bus unless you want to keep doing the same things. And I don't care how long you've been trying. At the end of the day, it's about how long have you been doing the right things? How long have you been doing certain things in a certain way? That's all that matters. And so this course for me in so many ways was like a do-over for me. It allowed me to fill in holes and gaps, to refine my own skills, right? To learn a lot about myself, to learn even more about digital marketing in this online business space, and to really be a student of this. And it allowed me to treat my business differently. All right. So you have to make up your mind to get the training. And the training that I sell is the training that I recommend. I sell it for a reason, not because I earn $500 every time I sell it. Because if that was the case, I could own every single MRR course that's out there and offer any MRR course based upon, how much money you have. And I don't. And fun fact, I own the majority of the MRR courses that are out there because I've wanted to see what they are about. And I rock steady and I offer this one because this is the most foundational. It's going to teach you what you need to know to get fully set up to learn these high income skills. It's going to give you everything that you need. Right? So if you don't know, right, how to take action on all of these things, there is in fact a deficit, right? You got to make sure, right, that you're set up to learn. Okay, get the training that's going to teach you these high income skills. All right? Because making money is a skill, you guys. If you have been trying and you haven't been making it happen, you're lacking skills. You're lacking needed skills. The reason why I can go down and say this has been my best year online is because of the way I've learned how to do things. Is because while I was making good money before, I had peaks and valleys, right? So I can look back and say, yes, I was lacking certain skills. I didn't have the know-how and the knowledge in certain areas. My skill, my understanding, my strategy, it's never been like it's been this year. And that's not just because I lucked up on a viral MRR course, because there's a lot of people that have the viral MRR course that's not making a doggone dime because they didn't take the time to really learn what's in the course and apply it directly back to their business. Okay. So if you're out there doing and it's not popping off, right, you always got to go back and realize that making money is a skill. It's strategy, right? And you've got to learn all of that. All right. So you want to develop your skills and you want to put them in practice. right? And I'm telling you, set yourself up, you position yourself to make the money that you desire, right? You guys, and here's the important thing, make sure that you're layering all of this. It's not just one thing. It's not like, oh, I lack skills, right? And then you bring a broken mindset, right? I lack the skills, so I'm going to go ahead and give it 90 days. Well, right there, you might as well not even start. Okay? Because winners don't have a deadline. They just know it's what I do and it's impossible to fail, that I'm going to win. Okay? The third step. Okay? Now we're going to start moving really into like practical things that you're going to do. This is why the course that I sell is so important. Is now that course is going to help you with all of these individual areas. All right? My business is not my business without all of these steps that I'm breaking down for you. My business doesn't get to be almost like instantly better, right? Unless I took in consideration every single one of these things that I'm sharing with you. So these are the steps, and I took it step by step. The next step, you got to get solid on your niche. You have to get solid. And the reason this is so important is, okay, let's talk about the why just for a second for all of this. The big picture why. You want everything in your business to be easier. You want, when someone discovers you, you want the buying process to be easy for all people. You don't want to be answering a gazillion emails. You don't want people asking for you to call them. You don't want to be living in your DMs. You don't want people mulling it over. You want a very large majority of people to be able to say yes to whatever you're offering, right, quicker. And trust me, people are willing to do that, and they do that. Let me just, fun fact. So yesterday, right, I made a couple of sales. Every sale was from people I did not speak to. They just popped up. Every email that I answered, right, none of those people bought. Now, I don't know if they plan to buy in the future, but you see, just an example. You can set your business up where when the people you're speaking to know you're speaking to them, and you become a resource to that niche, and the targeted people in that niche that you want to speak to know that you're speaking to them, you have what they want, they will make the buying decision sooner versus later. Y'all, that's how we get to the money faster. That's how we have $500, $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 days. All right. So establishing your niche is so important, because with all of these steps, you're doing every single thing moving forward for this niche that you are deciding to be a resource in. All right. I want you to think about this differently. We're not trying to make money in the niche. Those of us that can become like a pillar as a resource in the niche will be the ones that are more sought after. We will have more favor. People will have kind of like this instant, like, I've got to buy from you. I trust you. I like you. You're speaking to me. And you will make money faster. Right? So you have to get solid on your niche. The fastest way to make money, okay? The fastest way to grow your YouTube, the fastest way to grow your Instagram, right, is to be intentional about what you're talking about with every single thing that you do, so people begin to know you for that thing. People want problems solved, okay? They don't have to be life or death problems. But if I'm not making money online and I want to figure out what's going wrong, and someone has that problem, that product, they're solving a problem for me. Right? So when you understand the niche and you're solid on your niche, you set yourself up for people to buy from you faster. All right? The play, you guys, for brand new people that are not influential, that don't have a big following, that are virtually nobody. And I consider myself a nobody. Because if I were to go out there to do a bunch of vlogging videos, I just don't believe I would have the same level of success. I believe I have the success I have is because with everything that I do, I'm solving a problem through my content. I'm helping people take the first steps, right? I've decided to be a pillar, to be a leader, right, in the niche that I want to make money in by solving problems for people in this niche, giving them something to buy, right, to help them get faster results, better results, to help them get what it is that they want. So my very first step this year was to get super solid on my niche And to make sure everything that I did, I was speaking very intently, right, to that niche. The next step, okay, get solid on your product offer. You have to get solid on this, because the more you again, layers to all of this, you guys. When you have the thing that you want to sell because you know it solves a problem for the niche and for the people in the niche that you want to help, and the more often, the more consistently, the more persistently you talk and share that thing, you reinforce why your ideal person needs to buy it. If they have to save up money, they have confidence in buying from you because you're still talking up the thing. You haven't veered off to something else. You haven't confused your audience. You haven't confused your email list, right? Again, why I offer this course, because it's the best thing that I can offer for the person I want to help, that wants to learn digital marketing, learn the business of online business, that wants to really learn these high income skills and have a really, really good shot of making money out there. I don't offer a gazillion things because I don't want to confuse people. I want to be the logical choice if someone does have to stack their coins. I want someone to have great confidence in buying from me. I want people to buy from me quickly, because when they watch all of my videos, they realize she's not offering different things in all of her videos. She keeps reinforcing why this is the thing to buy. I make the buying decision easy. Please write that down for this step. You want to make money faster. Okay, and getting to $100,000, right? It's not an easy feat. You can shoot yourself in the foot by being all over the place and offering a gazillion things if you're not skilled in this. The easiest thing you can do as someone that's brand new, again, is think power of one. So get solid on that niche and then get solid on the product, where you're like, if I could help 100 people today, right? This is exactly what I would tell them that they need. For you, you look at it as like the perfect product. All right. So when you think about this, getting solid on your product, the biggest thing I want you focused on is it a heck yes? Is it a heck yes? Right? Meaning when your person comes across it, they're like, this is what I've been looking for. Right? Or they're willing to save the money, whatever the case may be, but it's a heck yes to them. All right. So a couple of things to also think about. Make sure it's in high demand, because anything in high demand is easier to sell. All right. Make sure it's something that your ideal buyer would buy today. That is how I think about it. I'm like, if the money makes sense, all right, and they know I'm talking to them and they want this problem solved, when they come across my video, breaking things down and offering this, it's a heck yes today. All right. And again, another reason why it's so important to get solid on your niche, because a lot of times when people are brand new, they want to say, oh, because I'm new and I know nothing, right? I want to help people that don't have two nickels to rub together. Like, they want to go out there and they want to do this good work. And there's nothing wrong with that. But you don't make money if the people you want to serve don't have money. Right? And so when I think one of the prereqs I had to get solid with was that my ideal buyer has money. They have money. They are resourceful. They have the resources to come up with what it is that I'm selling. And I know that if everything made sense for them and the money was right there, they would make the decision today. I don't sell a thinking about it product. Now, that's not to say people don't have to think about it. But I know in my heart, I don't sell a thinking about it product. Because had I come across this when I was getting started, oh, trust me, I would have found the money quick, fast, in a hurry. And especially if I came across me, I would have found the money quick, fast, in a hurry. All right. And you want to make sure, right, that the niche that you're serving, all right, the people that you want to help, right, that they're rabid buyers. Rabid. Yes, rabid. R-A-B-I-D. Meaning they are accustomed to buying to get a solution. They're not people expecting the world to be given to them for free. You guys, these are, again, high-level conversations that people oftentimes don't know to ask themselves, don't know to think about, and it's why so many people are struggling. I got very one-dimensional in my business, and it has changed everything in my business this year. Everything. So I'm walking you guys through these steps because this is everything. right? I had to consider when I came into 2024 and I knew that I needed a shift. And I took all of this step by step, very strategically. I spent hours and hours and hours figuring things out. So if anyone thinks that you're going to just walk away from here and now have all the answers and I can just start doing, you might. And I'm just saying I had a lot of experience and I can vividly remember each phase and what I did, right? The yellow notebook with tons and tons of notes, the websites I went to research and get data to support what it was that I wanted to do and who I wanted to serve. The constant researching that I do, right? To really understand where my people are right now and what is it that they need. If I was trying to be multi-passionate and all over the place, there's no way that I could have the impact that I want to have on the people I want to serve. And there's no way I could be their logical choice or that they could see me as their logical choice. This makes your life a heck of a lot easier. It gives you a greater opportunity to make money faster in whatever it is that you want to sell because your people will hear you. All right? Your people will hear you. Always remember this. No one on the outside can be more clear about what you do than you are. So if there is an ounce of cloudiness, an ounce of shadiness, an ounce of I don't know in you, you better believe it's even cloudier, shadier, more confusing for people that are on the outside watching and listening. So yeah, I guess like what they say about, people that figure things out, yeah, you might have an air of cockiness about what you do. My cockiness comes from, yeah, you can go figure it out someplace else, but I know that I sell the best. I know that I sell the best. And as customers keep pouring in, right, their feedback keeps proving it. This is what I've been looking for. I wish I would have had this sooner. This training is amazing. Now I realize why I was struggling and failing. Yeah, I've been a coach before. I've charged thousands and thousands of dollars to help people learn this stuff. I've never sold anything for less than this comprehensive, that saves people both time and money and teaches them everything they need to know about setting up a six-figure business for themselves. I know what I have my hands on. That's why I'm insistent. That's why I'm consistent. That's why I'm persistent, right? And that's why I'm prolific as all get out, because I know more people need this information. All right, the next step. So the first one, get solid on your, first one is you don't know what you don't know. Face facts, get the training. All right, skills pay the bills. Making money is a skill. Okay. Number two, get solid on your niche. Okay, right within the beginning of our training, you learn all about niching and branding and everything around, right, that part of your business. So you don't have to figure it out by yourself. The training's there. The next step, right, get solid on your product offer. Next step, okay, get your system set up. Okay, again, $0 to $100,000 doesn't just happen. Okay, my first six-figure year, 108,000 to be exact, it came on the back end of strategy. I went into that year knowing exactly what I was selling, how many customers I needed to hit 100,000. I was building my email list, so anyone that was interested had to go through my email list. I knew exactly what I was doing. All right. So the reason you want to get systems set up is because as you're out there on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok or Facebook, yes, there will be a percentage of the people that come across your account and come across your content that will be ready to buy. It happens to me all the time. But the one memory that I can't let go of is in my first year hitting six figures, again, 108,000. When I went back and looked at my analytics, I realized 86,000 of that 108 came from people that joined my email list and sat on my email list prior to making a buying decision. Now you take that $86,000 away from my business, and I clearly don't make six figures. Would those people have bought anyway? I don't know. But what I do know is because I did have a system set up, I gave myself another opportunity to consistently talk to those people via email almost every single day and make offers, run promos, send special emails, remind them why they were here, reminding them that I had a great opportunity. Strategy, not happenstance, strategy, right? So once you have that offer where you're like, it's a heck yes, you decide on that product, you want to make sure that you get your system set up because you're just going to earn more money. You're going to compound, right, your earning potential. You're going to give yourself more opportunity to earn. All right. So a system is nothing more than a lead generation, right? So when you go to GoProWithSteph.com, that's the kind of system, right, that I've been working in my business for years. That's the kind of system that I used the very first year that I hit 6 figures. That's the kind of system that I learned how to set up in 2007 when someone tapped me on the shoulder and said, Steph, you can't just send people to a sales page, right? You got to build your email list. You have to follow up with them. So I've been working funnels, right, for many, many years. And I've always earned more money when I had the power of systems collaborating with me. So number one, right, the first part of your system is lead generation. You want to make sure that you have the potential and the power to generate leads, right? Prospects of people, I like to consider them as future buyers, right? So you want to make sure you're building a database of future buyers. You want to make sure when people are interested that once they opt in to learn more, that there is an automated system in place, right, to break down and share with them what you're selling them. A sales page that answers their most common questions, that lets them know why they want this, that reinforces this thing that you're selling. It can sell for you 24/7, 365. Okay, you're going to understand why all of this is important, how it all layers on. So do you see how when you know your niche, you have that, yes, they would buy today product, you know exactly who you're talking to. Do you see how the sales page, right, is even more powerful? Because now on your sales page, you can speak more intently to the person you know is showing up on that sales page. You know what they want. You know what they're looking for. You likely know the journey they've been on. Maybe you know the things that they've tried. You know what they're trying to, the results and the outcome they're trying to get for themselves right now, right? That means you don't have to rely upon cookie cutter, right? That you can use that space as a way of keeping the conversation going. We haven't gotten to the content part, but you're going to understand why all of these are so important, why we want to set this up before we even begin creating content. All right. So as people are coming through, they hit your sales page, and it's not just a sales page. It's a sales page that's continuously speaking to them. And then you want to have an order form. So when someone, you're asleep, right, or you're, watching Netflix, or you're on the job, how many of you guys work jobs right now? You guys, I remember working full-time as a nurse, and I remember coming home so many days, and it felt so good to know I was coming home to sales, right? To go work 8 hours as a nurse and to come home to 150, 450, right? 1,000, a few thousand, right? Maybe less than 100. But I had so many days, right, where I knew I was coming home to sales. I called it double dipping. And it's because I had these things set up inside of my business so I could go to work and my business could still produce for me without me having to take calls, without me having to answer questions. Systems. All right? So you want systems that are going to process sales. You want systems that are going to fulfill. I love knowing when someone buys from me, they're not waiting for me to send them a welcome email. They're not waiting for me to send them the link. They get access to everything immediately. That's the power of systems. And especially if you work a full-time job, right? As so many people do as they're starting on this journey, you want to set your business up in such a way where you do have the ability to make sales, right? To generate leads and to make sales 24/7, 365, right? That's the next step, okay? The next step is to choose your platform and stick to it. Again, going into 2024, I was confused prior to 2024, right around this time last year, around the fall time. because I saw a lot of people winning on Instagram. My expertise and where I've made all of my money has always been YouTube. But for some reason, I had a wild hair, and I was like, oh, well, everyone's on Instagram. Maybe I'll try Instagram. And I was a mess. It just did not feel right to me. I tried, it wasn't me. And so once I decided that YouTube was going to be my platform, I just simply stuck to it. And again, I began to apply all of these things. I decided to turn my YouTube right into a resource for my niche, right? I want this to be a pillar. I want this to be, a resource. When people come across my content, if they like what I'm talking about, I want them to keep being able to consume more content and to go deeper and to get more questions answered and to fall in love with me, my style, and what I have to offer. I want it to reinforce, right? Like how my business can help them. Somebody write down that word. I don't know why that's big for me right now, but I wanted my channel to be able to reinforce that they found the right person, that I have the right product, and I wanted them to consistently hear that message in every piece of content that I created. All right. So you want to choose, and this is a step. Okay. Choose your platform. All right. This will become your home base. Okay. This is how and where people will discover you for the first time. Remember, your future buyers are already out there. So when you choose your platform, that's how they're going to discover you for the first time. So if you're choosing YouTube, right? Like our niece, isn't it amazing to know like all of your customers are already out there on YouTube? And because you're going to choose YouTube and start creating content on YouTube, like that's how they're going to discover you. If you choose Instagram, that's how people are going to know that you are a thing, that you are a business, that you are a brand. So you want to choose one platform because that's going to become your hub to be discovered on, right? And understand that people are on all the platforms. Don't think that you got to be on every single platform, right? For fear of, well, what if my buyers are on Instagram? Well, my buyers are on Instagram. My buyers are on TikTok. My buyers are on every single platform. But I just have to believe, right, that if I'm consistent with YouTube, right, then the buyers that are here on YouTube are going to find me. And you know what's so interesting about that? I can't tell you how many customers I have that are on TikTok. They are on Instagram, right? But when they really wanted to get down to the bottom of this digital marketing stuff, or to learn more about this course, or they had a question, right? Because they had seen enough reels and people dancing and pointing. And maybe they started thinking, oh, maybe it's a little bit hype. Let me go to YouTube and see if someone's really breaking things down. I'm thankful for those people that are pointing and dancing on Instagram and TikTok, because I can guarantee you, I've gotten a lot of business from people that didn't get their questions answered on TikTok and Instagram, who came to YouTube looking for someone that's actually teaching and breaking down. Oh, I just dropped the mic, and I became their choice. So sure, I can have the fear of missing out, but what I believe is that's why knowing who you serve. I believe the people I serve, again, they're here for the conversation. They're here for the steps. They're here for the deep dive because they really want to learn. They don't want to just be hyped up. They don't want to make a knee-jerk decision. They want to feel confident, right? And I'm a teacher. I love sharing. I love this stuff. I don't do it because I have to. I do it because I love it. I do it because I love sharing in this way. So the next step when it comes to choosing your platform is let it be easy. Let it be easy. What platform, right? Are you like, if I show up on that platform, like I know how to work that thing. And that was me when I first got started in 2007. I believed that I could do what I saw other people on YouTube doing. So I did the doggone thing, right? Easy. Now it's 2024. So let's just say that I was on Instagram and I was attracted to someone's way of content. And I was like, I could do that. The likelihood is that's the way I would start, because I believed in myself enough to be able to do it. If I can say, oh, I could do what they do, I just made the process easy. Right? So there's this quote, I forget what book it's from, but I've never been able to shake it. And this is the quote. There's never anything you have to do, but there is always work required. right? So there's never a platform you have to be on. I'm very, very partial to YouTube, for sure. But there are women that earn way more than I do on Instagram. There are people that earn way more than I do on TikTok. There are people that are killing it on Facebook. There are people that are killing it on Pinterest. Our buyers are everywhere. And for me, knowing that I have to be prolific, knowing that I have to be consistent, knowing that I have to be persistent, knowing that I have to show up, knowing that I have to, create content and share my journey, knowing that I have to be magnetic, right? And I use that word have to like very loosely, right? It comes with the territory for my business. I'm not going to choose something that's hard for me. If I got to sweat bullets every time I go do a reel, or it takes me 50 gazillion hours to create 1 7-second reel, that's just not easy for me. So choose your platform and allow it to be easy. Because we are in a day and age where you don't have to finesse anything. Yes, you want to get good. You want to get to a place of like mastering what you do. But more often than not, people are after attraction. They're after someone that they can just relate to. So please write this down. What platform do you believe if you showed up, you could be the most relatable to your person? I didn't convince myself that I could be the relatable person on Instagram. And I could call my husband in here right now and he'll tell you, right? I've tried recording B-roll as we're out and about. I've had him record B-roll as we're out and about, right? I've even tried to work Instagram reel strategy using YouTube shorts. And I'm telling you, going live for an hour and a half feels way more easier and way more lighter for me than recording like even a 10-second reel or a 10-second short. I kid you not. I kid you not. All right. So let it be easy. All right. Let it be easy, but you got to pick a platform and you want to stick. All right. Again, my very first month online in 2007, I just got started with YouTube. And in my first 30 days, I probably did 30 videos. I made my first sale on day number 3, and I made 28 sales in my first 30 days. I just allowed it to be easy. I was like, I want people to know that I exist. Let me just get out there every single day. It was the only thing holding me back from making sales was letting people know I was out there. And so I just picked the platform and I just began showing up on it. The next step, okay? The next step. Set your business up. Okay, so I want you to think big here. Set your business up to be discoverable daily. You guys, the single most important thing in your business is to be getting fresh new eyeballs on your brand on a daily basis. It's the single thing, right, that will help you generate all that you need to generate in order to make sales. All right. So again, if we're picking YouTube as an example, my biggest goal every single day is to make sure that on a daily basis, right, I'm getting views to my videos, that I'm building my email list from my videos, right, that I'm being discovered by brand new people every single day. And as far as being rediscovered or reconnecting or engaging with people that are already in my world. Again, most people struggle because they think they're doing enough. And I didn't realize how much really needed to be done until I started working my business in this fashion. And I realized, wow, on average, it takes my business anywhere between 16 to 20 opt-ins to generate a sale. Do you see why that's so important to know? Because let me tell you something. Being in this game as long as I have, I've had people that were brand new. They're like, Steph, I've gotten 10 visitors to my website and no one bought. Or I generated 10 leads and no one bought, but that's so weird because if they opted in, they've got to be interested, right? No, boo-boo. They could just be curious. It might not be in their price range right now. They could just be researching. So because I became very, very focused on not making the sales, I became very, very focused on creating the content that would allow me to build my audience, to get fresh new eyeballs. Right? So like when I look at my YouTube analytics, I'm not looking necessarily for just how many views. I'm looking for how many unique views I got. That's way more important. Are you guys understanding why it's so important to know this stuff? This is a part of digital marketing, knowing these things. It's not just the fluffy stuff you see people out there doing. That's why, again, most people are not winning. So where most people are like, oh, my video went viral. How many viral dollars did you earn from that? That's what I want to know. Because what I can tell you, and this should help every single one of y'all, I don't have a viral stitch in my business. I'm not a viral brand. My YouTube channel is not viral. It does not grow at the speed of light. My videos don't get thousands and thousands of views each and every video. But I bet you every single video reaches a unique group of people. Again, I know what to focus on. I know my focus is to be discoverable by brand new people every single day. And to have strategies working inside of my business where I'm introducing brand new people, I'm reconnecting with existing people, right? I'm reinforcing, I'm building know, like, and trust. I'm giving call to actions. Of course I'm going to make sales. Somebody write that down. Of course I'm going to make sales. I'm doing everything right. I'm working a whole strategy, right? So on your platform, okay, think of this when I break it down right now as like your daily method of operation, your daily thought process, like what's the driver of your business success on a daily basis. All right. When you're creating content, no matter what the platform, if you want to make money, this is the kind of content and the way that you show up that's going to help you do that. You want to focus on educating. You want to focus on inspiring. You want to focus on sharing your journey, sharing your experience. All right. You want to help them with their first steps. You've taken your first steps, right? If we just talk about purchasing this course, learning from this course, and reselling this course, okay, as one example, you've taken the first steps. You've invested, you've gone through the course. You have some kind of excitement over this. You know what you have your hands on. There are people out there several steps behind you that don't know this course and our community exists. They don't know they need these digital marketing skills. They don't know it's non-negotiable. They don't know what you know about this, right? So you show up to educate them on what this is all about. You show up to inspire them, right? That they have found the right person that can lead them to what it is that they want, right? You share your own unique story about where you are right now in life and where you're going and how this thing is helping you get there. And you guys, everything I just shared can apply to anything you want to sell. Anything. Okay. And believe it or not, even though I didn't have these steps detailed, it's exactly what I did, you guys, as a complete brand new person. I just showed up to help. And I just showed up to share the stuff that I just believed the people I wanted to help needed to know. That's all that I did. I allowed it to be easy because I didn't know how to make it hard or how to make it complicated. Okay. I'm not really an overthinker. I'm way more messy than analytical. And so maybe that works in my favor. I don't need a whole lot of elements to be right. I don't need the perfect conditions. I just need a space to carve my way in and to figure it out. That's really all that I need. Okay. That's your content foundation. All right. That's your content foundation. All right. And then I just broke down the 4-part formula when it comes to showing up on your platform. This is where I am. This is where I'm going. This is how I'm getting there. And then talk about the stuff that has you excited right now, right? Share your own personal experience around this. All right. For the weight loss industry, right? I was 75 pounds overweight, right? I started drinking this weight loss juice. I still have another 50 pounds I want to lose, but I'm so excited because I've been struggling for so many years and I finally dropped my first 25 pounds. Yes, from drinking this one weight loss juice. You guys see, I'm not at my goal weight. Like if this for me, I'm not at my goal weight, but I'm going somewhere. And I've already experienced something from this, right? And I know that's enough to get out there and to begin to get other people excited about it as well. And I'm just committed to talking about this as often as I need to talk about it to get more people excited. Because here's the thing, here's the magic in all of this. If someone wasn't out there talking about this weight loss juice initially, then I would have never discovered it for myself. Again, do you see how I've already dropped into, like, you probably think I sell a weight loss juice. I don't. Do I need to lose weight? I do. But we're not talking about that right now. But you see how I instantly fell into. I wouldn't have known about this weight loss juice had someone else not done a video, a reel, a TikTok, a post about it. I wouldn't have known. So because someone else got courageous and put themselves out there and talked about their journey with this weight loss juice, now I know about it. I've been made better by it. And guess what? I'm going to keep the party going. And now I'm going to talk about it because clearly more people need to know about this, right? It's amazing. It's magical. It works fast, whatever. Y'all, that's the mojo so many people are lacking in their business because they're trying to finesse it, right? They're forgetting, like in my instance, I've been in this thing for 17 years. So yes, I have a boatload of experience and maybe I do have an element of finesse about what I do. However, it's still just sharing my journey. I'm not doing anything someone else cannot do. No, you can't probably share what I share because you haven't reached the levels I've reached in terms of years and all the things. But when I hadn't made my first dollar, I made my first dollar because I was excited about what I was selling because of what I was experiencing from it as from a product standpoint. So people bought my excitement, literally. They bought my story of where I was going, literally. They bought what I had discovered in that product, literally. And I made them want it. I made them see themselves having the product and what it would do for them and teach them the stuff that I didn't even know. And the thing is, so many people think they're not equipped to get out there and start helping people. You guys, I was brand new to making money online. And I had experienced people buying that product from me because I felt like they needed to know what was in that product that had someone brand new so excited. I really hope that could help someone out there that thinks that there's some qualification to wanting to help people. I'm going to free a lot of you guys right now, those of you guys that are ready. Okay? I believe if you want it to be easy, it can be easy. And this is how it gets easy. If you want to help people, help them. I don't know about perfect conditions for helping. I don't know about prereqs for helping. If you want to help people, help them. Forget what you think that looks like. What does it feel like to you to help somebody? Do that. Do that. And I'm telling you, the reason I so wholeheartedly believe in not only what I sell, but the space that we've created in our community is because all of this is a work in progress. And I love helping people get better in these individual areas because you're not going to learn it, absorb it, apply it, and it make complete sense for you. There is an element of trusting the process, right? Let me give you this as an example. So about the beginning of this year, I invested into a YouTube mastermind, right? A mentorship program. And I already had a pretty strong foundation on YouTube. And I remember that as I started to listen, I was like, found myself getting a bit overwhelmed with all of the things that I could work on, right? Because I found a lot of gaps in my YouTube game. And if I wanted to, you guys, this is going to help someone, I know it. If I wanted to, I could have completely just shut down and used my overwhelm as an excuse to, well, let me go through everything. Let me get all my ducks in a row so I can start shooting my videos and make them perfect. And I remember I was on my treadmill one day and the thought came to me. And I was like, no, Steph, just keep doing what you're doing. And as you learn new things from this mentorship program, start strategically applying them in all of your videos. I can't tell you how many thousands and thousands of dollars I would have missed out on if I would have came to a complete halt thinking that I needed to learn everything so that I could finesse my message moving forward or finesse my thumbnails or whatever. No, what I did was I kept my schedule as usual. And every time I uploaded a new video, I would be mindful, right? That, okay, in this video, I'm going to incorporate this one extra thing. Or in this video, I'm going to work on this extra thing, right? And so in one video, it might be, okay, let's work on a new thumbnail style. On this video, let's work on this certain call to action. right? And so now, right, it's like, again, because it's been so many months and so many videos, now I don't even think about these things. Now, all of these things that I've learned over the months, now they just become, right, a way of business for myself. That's why I believe so much in this course. That's why I know that the mentorship that's offered, right, having a place to show up every single week is so important, because most people are taking the information, right, to the face like a fire hose. And you're allowing yourself to be like blown away with the information. You can't even like take a breath, right? Because you're just consuming it and there's no doing. The best way to learn, to truly learn what you're consuming, is through application. And trust in the process enough that you've learned enough to start taking action. And the next time you do that task, that you can do it 1% better. That you can apply something else that you've learned that you didn't have space to apply before. You guys, that's how you get your booty going to make money. There is no finessing. There is no perfecting sitting on the sidelines. You're not going to master the 3-point sitting on the friggin' bench. You're not going to master your defense skills, offense skills, nothing sitting on the bench watching the pros. You got to get in there, be willing to do a little ugly, be willing to do a little sloppy, right? Because you literally finesse all of this by actually doing, right? You guys, that was huge for me this year. And I'm so glad I had to go through that, right? Because I've been able to help other people realize you don't have to get it perfect. Literally, your very first steps is to just stinking get it going. All right, I used to call it rough and ready, right? Do it ugly, just do it and learn from what you did. And being that you have this amazing course and you have the mentorship, you have everything that you need to finesse as you go. You guys, but those of us that are making money, we are the action takers. We are the action takers regardless what it looks like, right? Regardless, it's going to be your actions and following these steps that are going to make the difference. All right. So again, just coming back to the content part, because this is your daily. All right. The more consistent my business got with more people discovering me on a daily basis, okay, from my YouTube channel, the faster my email list grew. Okay. The faster my email list grew, the more concentrated the sales were. So in this instance, I focused on everything that I could control. Okay. The only way, please hear me on this because you're going to understand why all of this is so important. There's not just one and not the other stuff. The only way my YouTube channel started growing the way I needed it to grow, to bring in those brand new eyeballs that then would eventually grow my email list, that would then translate into $1,000 days, was going back up to like step number 2, getting solid on my niche. Do you see how all of this works together? Do you see how I'm not here to BS you? I'm not here to give you busy work. I'm not here to leave you hanging. I am here to tell you the important bits of how you set yourself up to earn your first $100,000 online. You set the framework from the beginning and you trust the process all the way through it. And as you're taking action, you refine things, you get better at things, you figure things out. I only got better and better with like establishing my ideal person by consistently showing up and doing, and realize that no, I'm still not talking to the right person. Like, has it ever occurred to you guys, right? I didn't nail like my ideal person out the gate. Then I've gone through having customers in my business where I'm like, that's not what I wanted. I don't want 100 of them. Right? To getting to a point where it's like when I look at an office hours, I'm like, we have such a beautiful community. But it's because I precisely called those kind of customers in, right? Because I thought about them and what they wanted, and I built a business to serve them. So when they found my content, they could hear me. I built a business by design. I did. I've also had a business where I'm like, what in the world am I doing? Who are these people? Or anytime somebody booked a coaching call with me, I was like, this was many years ago. I would cringe. I'd be like, no, I don't want to do the call, because I knew it wasn't going to be enjoyable. And that's because I didn't understand building a business, right? Where you get to attract the people you really, really want to help and you really want to be around. That's the power, right, of what we get to do online in this way. No matter what you want to sell, you get to build a business by design, right? And it starts when you understand, right, fundamentally these things and you start to implement them in your business, right? So what started off as a trickle for me, right, it clearly built up, right? So a trickle of eyeballs, a trickle of leads, a trickle of sales. When my audience grew faster, my email list grew faster, my sales grew faster. Please write that down. There is a science to a lot of this, right? So literally it's like the better you know, the better you can do, right? The better you do, the better you get. Like, that's why I love, right? Jim Rohn said, don't wish it were easier. How many of y'all out there have been like, I wish it could be easier? Most people who wish it could be easier are not even doing anything. So don't wish it could be easier, right? Wish that you were better and then decide to get better, because the better you get, the easier it seems to get. Because that's how I feel. I feel like all of this, again, it's easy, it's light, it's fun. I'm not chasing sales. I'm calling in amazing buyers and customers. I love the business I built because I decided to get better and everything got easier because of that. Trust the process on that. All right. And then the final step is tap into mentorship. Tap into mentorship. All right. It's how you get better. You guys, I have in my business, I have a private mentorship hub, and I'll talk about that in just a minute. And I have a private mentorship opportunity. And those that I get to work with one-on-one in that capacity, they always tell me, and even those that are customers that have access to my hub, right? They constantly say how having some place to go back to. So you have the course that you get access to anytime you want to, right? You own it forever, right? But then I also have a mentorship hub where I've given a lot more information there, right? And it's amazing how someone might have watched a lesson one time or heard something 10 or 15 times. And because of the access to mentorship in this way, it's made a difference, because when they were really ready for it, it was there for them. So your success is never going to be, right, I've heard something one time. The worst thing you could ever say is, I already know that. Because even when I invested into this YouTube mentorship this year, more often than not, the stuff I heard, I was like, I already know that. But do you know the approach I took? I'm like, why haven't I been doing it? Clearly I wasn't ready for it, or I didn't realize the impact. I didn't look at it as, oh, I was hoping this was going to be new information. There really is nothing new under the sun. It's just more often than not, we buy stuff and invest into stuff we are not ready for. Right? Or we don't know how to approach it and we don't know how to use it. Y'all, that's why, even though my business is for brand new people that have not made money online or that have been on the struggle bus, it's also, right, for the person that's ready to embark on this journey in the right way, which is why I do go deep, right, over a lot of the mindset, psychological, the way we approach things, because it's not just in the doing. If it was strictly in the doing, there might be more people out there having success, but there are people that are trying to do their way through all of this. But the moment something doesn't go right, they check out, right? They check out. All right. And so first off, right, you get the course that gets to be your constant, like, buffer, your constant thing, right? That's going to teach you everything you need to know about all of these steps and so much more. It's going to teach you the business of online business. It's going to teach you these digital marketing skills. It's going to help you get set up for online business success. All right. For mentorship, you have a place to show up every single week live, right, in the Zoom room and get your questions answered. I don't rely on a Facebook group. I don't rely on a school forum. I don't rely on a forum, period, right? I make myself available to show up every single week and to answer and connect and chat with people live, right, to help them in really moving their business forward. And for a lot of people, it's been a difference maker, right? So you have that level of mentorship, that level of support, that level of training. All right. And for a limited time until the 23rd of August, okay, I'm going to now talk about getting started and actually what you get. All right. So for anyone that's not in the course and you're like, Steph, I need this, right? Like I know with what I want to accomplish, I'm lacking some stuff. I need the instructions. I need the mentorship. Like I need what you're talking about. Time is of the essence because there's something really, really unique, right? That you have the opportunity to take advantage of. All right. So right now you have the opportunity to be able to get 2 business models and 2 learning communities for the price of 1, and you get to save money right now as well. All right. So the original community that I purchased this Master Resale Rights digital marketing course from, right? They are moving on to a different business model, affiliate marketing. All right. Thank God for the ability to download the course and own the course as my own. And thank God for the power of Master Resale Rights, because that's what I wanted to continue doing. So that's why you hear me refer to our community, because I've been able to create a whole community, right, for me and my customers, right, so that we can continue rocking with Master Resale Rights. So when you purchase right now, right, up until, I want to say the 22nd, it's really the 23rd, 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. But I just want to make sure people get in with no hiccups. By purchasing in between now and the 23rd, right, 10 p.m. Central Standard Time, all right, you're going to be grandfathered instantly into their new model, all right? So any new modules, any new lessons, anything they have going on over there, including the opportunity to leverage their affiliate program, right? You'll be grandfathered in, okay? You also, clearly when you invest, you're actually investing into, right, our Master Resale Rights community, where you will have a license to be able to sell this course for 100% profits, just like you see me selling it in my description. All right, so that if somebody wants to buy this from you, they'll be paying you directly, and that $500 will go instantly and directly to you. All right, on top of that, you'll get our full community where you will get that support every Tuesday, right? You'll get updates on the course. You'll get everything that's offered in the course, right? No additional cost, all right? And then you'll be able to pass on, right, that same license in our community to your customers as well, all right? Now, if you've been out there and you are aware of the Roadmap 3.0 community, all right, and you don't buy right now, and at some point you want the new program on the 25th, the 23rd is the last time this can happen for you. It's going up by $100. Okay, so by getting started now, not only are you getting 2 for 1, right, but you're also saving money, because if you do it later, you're only going to get 1 and the price is going to increase. It just is not a winning situation if you know right now, right, what it is that you want. All right, on top of that, what I've done is I've offered my mentorship hub and I've offered my mentorship community for free for all of my customers this year thus far. I was supposed to close down the free access like in February, but I just felt so compelled to keep helping people in this way. And I'm so glad I did, because it's been able to help people in a really amazing way. But when this promo goes away on the 23rd, so does my free mentorship opportunity. And my mentorship opportunity gives you my mentorship hub, as well as an additional training call every single month, where we dive deep on a topic. We get to hang out, ask questions, mastermind. It's continuing education. And then the hub has additional lessons, additional resources. It has all of the replays we've done all throughout this year. It just has a lot of additional training, right, to help you in mastering things like your niche, your messaging, your content creation, showing up. Like a lot of the stuff that most people struggle with, right, I am leveraging my expertise to help you, right, with the ongoing things that are responsible for building your business, right? You get that as well, no additional cost. After the 23rd, right, that will be an additional benefit or an additional feature that I will sell, right, to my customers on the back end, but it won't just be a given. All right. And so you get that added as well. All right. So you get the course, you get another course, you get 2 learning communities, and you get the license, right? To be able to sell this as your own, whether it be your first product, whether it be something you just want to add on, but you will be able to help other people learn these digital marketing skills and how to get set up online, right? And you'll set yourself up to sell a very high in demand and high level, right, digital product and be able to keep all of the money. And you'll have this fantastic learning community, all right? Hillary says, it totally has been incredibly helpful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love hearing that. You guys, I hope that you are leaving here better. I did say in my email that I wanted to open up and make room for Q&A as well. So if you do have any questions, again, I understand if you've been around a minute, right? It might be a lot to take in terms of like the dynamics of our change right now. But I know I would be doing, my audience an incredible disservice if you did not truly know like what's at stake right now and all that you get to benefit from. All right. And I do accept payment plans. So if you can get started with Klarna or Afterpay, that is your opportunity to be able to get started for less and to be able to spread your payments out to help you in getting started now. And even if you get started with a payment plan, you still are fully qualified. It looks as a paid in full sale. All right. So you can get started in that way and take advantage of everything. And to get started, all you got to do is go to goprowithsteph.com. All right. And once you go through the sales page, if you do have any questions, feel free to reach out, just hit reply and let me know. But I just want you to know that unique situation of buy one, get one out of my control. All right. That's put in place by Zach and Hannah. They are closing down, right, all of our links, all right, on August 23rd after 10 p.m. Central Standard Time, meaning I will not have the ability to grandfather anyone in, right? So like if you already know, let's not wait for that red notice on our door. Let's not wait until, right, your water is going to be shut off in 3 days, right? Like we know, right? We know. Why do y'all think I could talk about that, right? I'm not new to living. I've been there. Let's not wait until the 11th hour, right? Like, let's go ahead and take action now and to make sure that we're in position and we're in alignment, right, to get everything that we need. All right. And I can honestly tell you, I personally look so forward to being on this journey with you because I sincerely, from everything in me, like I would not show up in this capacity just to sell, right? I get to make money because I'm willing to help people in this way. But I truly believe that all of us should be earning. If this is what we want, all of us should be earning. All right. It's available to each and every one of us. This digital wave that's going on right now, it is real. All right. I've been sharing this stat. I was talking to my husband about this today because if you don't know what's going on right in the real estate world, right? Like people are missing out on money. It's not going to be pretty for people. Meanwhile, online, Forbes has told us, right? I'm going to actually pull it up real quick. I love this stat. It's amazing. And I think if more people, again, understood what's going on, right? Like you would be so compelled to want to take action, knowing that you want to get a piece. According to Forbes, the digital goods market is expected to grow from 54 billion to 74 billion by 2025. Okay, that's not even the good part. Digital goods and services are also becoming a larger part of consumers' discretionary spending, representing an estimated 2.9% of their total wallet. Y'all, we all should be earning. There are people out there that are coming online, right? And they are investing and spending money in digital products and digital goods, right? Because the e-learning space will be 1 trillion in revenue by 2030. You guys, like all of this is just, it's making sense. The digital marketing space is going to grow to 786 billion by 2026. So when I say this is a wave, like I'm not just saying it to be cutesy, it literally is a wave. And I truly believe those that decide to ride this wave will be the ones to win. And if you choose not to ride it, you're going to drown. The opportunity is here. Like I've said so many times today, can we let it be easy? Because doing anything contrary, right, to me, to what is looking each and every one of us like dead in our face, as far as an opportunity, is deciding that we just want to make it hard. The reason I say that is because no matter what you want to sell online, you don't have to decide to sell this course, right? I have a customer and I was checking up on her the other day because I wanted to see like what was going on, right? She came into this course, her and her husband. He purchased the course so that he could learn these skills to help his limo business. She came into this course because she is a holistic health enthusiast. And she set up an entire membership, right? And she's going live on Facebook. She's built an incredible audience on Facebook. She shows up live and she sells her membership program that she learned how to set up because of this course. See, she had that passion all along. But without these skills, right? Without the knowledge of how to actually set up her business, everything about her business is set up because of what she learned in this course. So no matter what you want to sell online, without learning digital marketing, without learning the business of online business, all this stuff I've been talking about, and strategically placing it in your business, literally you're going to drown. You're going to drown. So let's not be lazy about setting ourselves up for success. Let's decide to get our share. Let's look ourselves in the mirror and say, yeah, like Steph's earning 5 figures a month. We all should be earning, right? And that's how I look at it sometimes. Like, where can a girl like me go decide by a simple decision that, no, I'm not okay with status quo. I want to change things and be able to change things just like that. Not many places each and every one of us can go and just decide, right, that I want to pay all my bills, right, for the year, just like that. That I want to earn 5 figures a month, just like that. And just switch things up for ourselves. Not many places. The one thing you cannot do is wish that all of this could just be easier. Because in my opinion, I just believe this course and this whole dynamic gives each and every one of us an incredible, easier button than the majority of people have that are out there trying to put the bits and pieces together. That's the time that we're in right now. Thank you so much, Bean. I would love to support you on this journey because that's exactly what it is. And in my opinion, it's not a journey that you should take all by yourself. All right. I really hope that you are leaving better than when you came. Hand on heart, these are the steps. For anyone that watches and knows my business, what you see me doing is exactly what runs my business. The steps I broke down are intertwined in everything you see me doing on a daily basis. I gave you the exact play that's working for me. And I just now encourage you to make the decision, right? I don't know where you are on the steps right now. You might be right at the beginning where you don't know what you don't know, and you need to commit to getting the training. Go to GoProWithSteph.com and get locked in. All right. Get 2 for the price of 1. Save yourself $100. Save yourself hundreds of dollars by getting access to my mentorship right now. Right? Give your business what it needs to get the results that you desire. Let it be easy. All right? By putting yourself in a space of getting better. All right? I really look forward to joining you on this journey. It's always an absolute pleasure. Hillary, our niece, right? Victory Glow, right? My customers that are already out there that trusted me to purchase this course. Right? I don't look at it as like you're on this journey with me. I look at it as you gave me an opportunity to join your journey with you. Right? And it is an incredible blessing. It's an honor. And I'm so glad, right, that I could be in this with you. Right? Because literally we all should be earning. And that's what I show up for every single day with what it is that I do. You guys have an incredible weekend. Take action. Don't allow this unique situation to get by you. All right. And if you have any questions, just go to GoProWithSteph.com. and then reach out via email. I'll be more than happy to answer your question and usher you in. I look so forward to seeing each and every one of you guys in the community. And I look forward to celebrating your successes. Bye-bye.